Hi, I'm the Rude Girl, and these are my dances. And when we are in New York, we watch CultureShare every Saturday. And this is the message we want to send to the young kids out there. We say, just stop the violence, cause it don't make any sense. Just stop the violence, cause it don't make any sense. That's it.
The pleasure is always mine to welcome you to another edition of CultureShare. Stay right where you are and experience the happiness in Caribbean culture for the next hour. I am Harold PYSADEE. Our first entertainer is a former road march king of Trinidad and Tobago. He did a song called Atelshi that created a sensation in TNT. He is Sylvester Lockhart. We know him as the Poser. Here he is doing one of his big ones from the 1980s, A Going and Party Tonight.
You're leaving the baby, but I'm making sure his teeth and make her ready. Robbie, since we married, look, you never take me to a party. He's always married. You see about the baby, I'm going out and party. But things are changing, Robbie, I ain't joking. It's my time for wedding. I'm going and party tonight. I go break down tonight. Man, tonight seems just right. She said tonight is only my night. What's why I'm going and party tonight. I go break down tonight. Man, tonight seems just right. Tonight is really my night. All right. Oh, yeah, yeah. Bum, dum, 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 dum. Ba, da, ba, ba, bo. Baby dogs ain't a problem. I don't cook the food for them, but you go feed them and clean them. Look, I do all the housework. I make sure and I cook. You're a nasty old cook. Look, I water the garden. Now me ain't care where happen. Robbie, you good for nothing. She said, Robbie, darling, you may have no feeling, but I go teach you something. I'm going and party tonight. I go break down tonight. That's right. She said tonight is really my night. What's why I'm going and party tonight. I go break down tonight. Man, tonight seems just right. She said tonight is really my night. All right. out your dinner, wash up the years after, put on your pajama, turn off the TV, take off the radio, don't leave on the video. The children in the bed, don't make noise in the head, go in your bed instead. Don't worry about me, it's your friend Harry, taking me to the party. I'm going on party tonight, I hear all you singing. I go break down tonight. Man, don't I sing, that's right. She said tonight, tonight, tonight is really my night. One more, I'm going on party tonight. I go break down tonight. Man, don't I sing, that's right. She said tonight, tonight, tonight is really my night. All right. Oh, yeah, yeah. Time you're coming, what time you're coming? I heard him asking. She said, don't ask me nothing. Don't come by the party. Say you're peeping at me. While you watch, let's you see. She says, season the chicken, so I could start me cooking when I reach in the morning. She said, clean the dashing bush, you better boil the kush kush, put the red beans to buzz. I'm going on party tonight, I go break down tonight. Man, don't I sing, that's right. She said, tonight, tonight, tonight is early my night. First fight, I'm going on party tonight. I go break down tonight. Man, don't I sing, that's right. She said, tonight, tonight, tonight is early my night. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh.
Poser performing there at what was Dynasty, now called Club Rendezvous these days, and we're looking for some great rhythms from Poser for Carnival 1993 in TNT, as most of the Trinidadian Calypsonians are now in the studio preparing for the season coming up pretty soon. Now, Sammy Levi is a top Jamaican artist, and we caught him performing in Long Island doing two selections, It's a Shame and My Very Best Friends, all in one presentation.
Don't mess around no one's name. Well, now people look now. I don't understand them tune, I don't hear it. I want you to sing along with me now, you understand? Yeah, man. So come down, so. Around no one's name, don't try to lose no fame. It's a shame, shame, shame. When you mess around someone's name, it's a shame, shame, shame. When you mess around someone's name, because it is a shame. Boy, be a youth, we don't like them, they're singing. For you know love is all I bring. Be a youth, me can't take them, they're singing. For you know love is all I bring. So to mess around no one's name, because it is a shame. Boy, don't you mess around no one's name. Don't try to lose no fame. You know, some people down the lane going around calling up your name. Say you're selling herb and cocaine while the innocent feel the pain. Oh. But I take it serious, 'cause it's not no game. Don't you mess around no one's name, because it is a shame. It's a shame, shame, shame. When you mess around someone's name, it's a shame, shame, shame. When you mess around someone's name, because it shame. Yeah, you hear me? Will! Because you see me, Mr. Youth, I'm gonna wrap up, you know, said with him. Yeah, you hear me, star? This is the one I dedicate to all the girls, them. Hear this! The day you came into my life is one I'll always prize. You gave me love, you gave me joy. Now I want you for my wife. And now you say the love I have is not enough for you. Seem to me, my loving girl, to you I have to prove. Why must I prove my loving when to me you mean so? Why must I prove my loving when to me you mean so much? 'Cause I don't wanna lose your loving, 'cause you are my very best friend. I don't wanna lose your loving, 'cause you are my very best friend. Ooh, yes. Ooh, yes. The day you came into my life is one I'll always prize. You gave me love, you gave me joy. Now I want you for my life. Now you say the love I have is not enough for you. It seems to me, my loving girl, you I have to prove. Why must I prove my love when to me you mean so much? Why must I prove my love when to me you mean so much? I don't wanna lose your loving, 'cause you are my very best friend. I don't wanna lose your loving, 'cause you are my very best friend. You remember that tune now? All the wings of love, all the wings of love will.
A bubbly performance there from Sammy Levi on CultureShare. We'll be back.
Hear that jab beat?
Yeah, here it run there. Tap, tap,
I can come down for the soca. Out up with it on inspector. Long she caring about me. Telling me her life story. I know I come to the right man. Don't miss her, don't waste no time. I want you to...
There's only one Calypsonian that is referred to as the man with the golden voice. And if you know Calypso, you'll know that I'm talking about the Terror. Chinese children calling me daddy. That was a monstrous hit for the Terror. But we're not going to show this one for you. We're going to show another witty composition by the man himself. This is the Callaloo Tonic.
I was soft all over as I'm getting old, old, old. The climate inside me was very cold. But since I land back home and I eat crab and callaloo, yes sir, I notice I get as hard as the police voodoo. Now I know callaloo has certain ingredients. Don't mind how his man is weak, it gives him endurance. Yes, I made my first romance with Elaine. She said I must come back again. She said, Terror, darling, you have made your name and fame. I said, darling, that may be true, but I only feel young since I clashed with you. I was soft before, but now I prepare for war. terror was soft before. Now I prepare for war. Callaloo is a side dish, I love it all. But when I eat it, Peter does pay for Paul. Well, if my sister lay down near to me, look how till she dead, I mean dead. Why? Because I'm properly fed. I don't know if it's the slipperiness from the okra, but when I eat callaloo, I feel young like you and you and you. Yes, and if a fly just touch me navel, that does get me irritable. And that is the time I out for trouble. I'm warning you. Well, if you think I tell it lie, ask Elaine, she gon' tell you why I was soft before. Now I prepare for war. No doubt, terror was soft before. Now I prepare for war. In Britain, I went to several physicians to try and get my body harder than iron. But I failed in my effort, I must agree. But since I land back home, I prove satisfactory. Now if a man think he body harder than terror, well, we could play lash for lash to find out who body harder. Yes, they used to call me Sophie, but now I find the remedy. Callaloo is the greatest tonic for me. I'm warning you. Well, if you think I'm making fun, man, I make Francine and she mother run. I was soft before, now I'm prepared for war. Go down. Terror was soft before, now I'm prepared for war. Finally, I must compliment Elaine. Oh yes, because my body's so stiff yet the woman never complains. And does she know I love crab and callaloo? Yes, sir. Well, look, she makes it for me in big quantity too. But when I drink callaloo and I drink me rum, I'm strong like Cassius Clay and Sonny Liston. Oh yes, man. And when I lie down relaxing, I feel like a lord when I watch my skin. How it looks so stiff and admiring, Mama, you will love. Well, if you think I'm grand charging, come by me and just feel my skin. I was soft before, now I'm prepared for war. And go down, terror was soft before, now I'm prepared for war. I did it out, run, I did it down, I did it down.
Vintage Calypso in its truest form, coming from one of the pioneers, Terror and the Callaloo Tonic, all happening on CultureShare. Now, we did mention a while ago that Golden Voice Terror, the Calypsonian you just saw, is the only one that is referred to in that manner. Well, there's another Calypsonian that is referred to as the Sweet Soca Man, and that is the Calypsonian called Baron. He teamed up with the reggae sentimental classical voice of Eddie Lavette to do, of course, not a calypso, but a lovely song called Help Me Make It Through the Night. The coming together of two wonderful voices in perfect harmony.
Yes. Thank you. Shake it loose and let it fall. Just let it fall. Lay it soft against your skin. like a shadow on the wall.
You sounding good, boy.
Let me hear you. Come and lay down by my side till the early morning rise. All I need is your time. Yeah. Why don't you help me make it through this night? Sing the song, Bob. And I don't care what's right or wrong. I don't care what's right or wrong. And I will try to understand. I will try to understand. And let the devil take tomorrow. Let the devil take tomorrow. 'Cause tonight I need a friend. Right now I need a friend. Yesterday is dead and gone. Yesterday is dead and gone. And tomorrow is out of sight. It's so sad to be alone. It's so sad to be alone. Boy, you sound like you mean this song. It's so sad to be alone. Help me make it through this night. I don't care who's right or wrong, and I don't try to understand. Just let the devil take tomorrow. 'Cause right now I need a friend. Yes, sir. Hey, yes, sir. And tomorrow, just out of sight. Yes, it is. It's so sad to be alone. It's so sad to be alone. Make it through the night. Don't worry, you see it. It's so sad to be alone. Yes. Help me make it through the night. Yes. It's so sad to be alone. Please, baby, help me make it through this night.
Not many artists can do it like that. A splendid vocal performance from Baron and Eddie Lavette performed right here in Brooklyn. We'll be back. Squeezy is a top Grenadian calypsonian. He won the Road March in Grenada back in 1987 with Cock a Hole. Now Squeezy performed at the Demarche 1992 and gave a sterling performance when he came on stage with For King. That performance we saw on the Grenada special we did right after Grenada's Carnival. The other tune that Squeezy did, Soca Disciple, just did not go right that particular night. He sang it out of key. Everything went wrong for Squeezy. Not that he's a bad Calypsonian, he's a fine Calypsonian. That same tune we caught him doing at the Mahalia Jackson High School last weekend, right here in Brooklyn. And right after this presentation of the Soca Disciple, we'll go on location in Grenada to have a chat with Squeezy.
To get a rest from society mess, I went to pray up in the wilderness. Up came Mr. Love, preaching from above. He said, listen sonny, this is not the place you should be. Go back to your people, this struggle continue. You're a soca disciple, designed to spread the message through. And you don't care if me reading does have people jumping and prancing. Tell me, go out and sing something inspiring. To let the people know that they're selling on the course of destruction. Hey, hey, yo, we got to steer this goddamn ship to the right direction. Hey, hey, yo, from the mountain to the horizon, I'm tired of sin. The victims of men, women, and children suffering in the system. Go tell them I say turn back and take the next track. Nah, boy, in the get a deep and get back. Yeah, bang, yeah, bang, yeah, bang, yeah, bang. He said, look, big powers decline. That's the signs of the end of time. So go tell the nation, the system going to combine. Try to change the constitution if we don't want people to be governed. Diplomatic bandits on the edge to fail. You better watch your tail. More people they want to nail. Won't believe it, but it's real. How they making people feel that they have a special license to kill. But let the people know that they're settling on the course of destruction. Hey, hey, yo, we got to steer this goddamn ship to the right direction. Hey, hey, yo, not just vanity, universally luxury now. No, 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 no. It's the nature of what you stand for, which would never fall. Would have you going strong, standing firm like a wall. Forget about politicians, let's create our own unification. We don't have to let the system lead us astray. For the master's sake, where there's a will, there's a way. We got to have an aim and a culture of our own. Something to be identified by and not to be thrown. The sorrows and the pain and all the frustration in the youths is what the system has to contribute. So educate the youths, let them be themselves, not no imitation. Hey, hey, yo, this modern day generation need a new direction. Hey, hey, yo, we can only teach we children the history of Columbus and Francis Drake. No, 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 no. We can't teach them about the civilization from which we originate. Pick up the book of love and put down the book of hate. Le bang mate, ling le bang mate. The book of love and put down the book of hate. I want to hear everybody inside here sing it out loud and clear. Pick up the book of love and put on the book of hate. Le bang mate, ling le bang mate, le bang mate, ling le bang mate. The book of love and put on the book of hate. All right, thank you very much.
Squeezy with his soca disciple. Well, Carnival Wednesday in Grenada, I took the opportunity to have a chat with Squeezy right in the heart of the capital in the Market Square. And I first asked him what he thought about his compositions for 1992.
Well, there's no doubt about it. My composition for 92 is a very much classical one, and as you said, on the second round, you think that I was very good in the second round in terms of my presentation and the way in which I came out. But I think that in the first round, I had the best presentation and I had a lot of confidence in myself. And which was the first thing I thought you would have asked me about, the disaster that happened.
I was coming, as a matter of fact, I was coming to that because I wanted to start off on a positive note and come around to ask you, you definitely, I mean, you're a musician, you know, we're not here to, you know, cut nobody down, but you had a problem. You were off with the band, and I mean, it's not about you.
Well, personally, I don't want to go about blaming the band 100% for the disaster, but we have proof, my manager and I, we have proof to know exactly that it was sabotage, control from the man mixing down, from the mixing board. In the first place, it started where my manager encountered hostility with the engineer when he was supposed to put on my cassette, the cassette that rolled the thunder and all the voices, like if God is coming from above. He was supposed to do that and he was giving trouble. So from then on, you know exactly that this guy, he had something up his sleeve for me, probably, I don't know for what. When I'm on stage, I couldn't hear the monitors, and certain time, like I couldn't hear the band, and I couldn't hear myself. So then we knew exactly it was something wrong. That was the main cause, simple like that.
Well, putting that behind you, and the whole concept of Squeezy, and what is the projection from Squeezy in this calypso business? Why are you singing? Where do you want to reach? What would you say?
Yeah, well, that's a nice question because as I said in the second song, it's not only Krong that is calypso, and that alone speaking its own right, you know. I see myself as a soca ambassador, as a man going out there singing calypso, making Grenada feel proud, you know, and I don't want to take that as a heavy burden to carry, as to go about thinking that I've been sabotaged and I go forget calypso and that's it. That's not calypso. And it comes like I'm surrendering. It comes like I'm falling a victim. You know, if I go to let's say, stop singing calypso, stop enter the competition. So I would like to continue. I'll be strong enough to live with that.
Your thoughts on the standard of the Calypsonians this year?
The standard of the calypso?
Standard, yes.
Yeah. Extremely high. No query. Extremely high. The Road Mad song, I think it was a good Road Mad song too. And the standard of the lyrics of the Calypsonian man was so high, man. And the performance of everybody, even, you know, my friend Randy Isaac, people thought he did very well as the first contender.
Your son Randy Isaac.
You can put it like that. You can put it like that. He was a strong, well, he's my real friend, you know. I always try to groom him into the thing and give him little advice.
Even though you have to wrap him a little and no one again, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The unity shown by the Calypsonians at the beginning of the competition, where everybody came out, hold hand in hand.
Yep.
How important do you think that is?
Well, too much to mention. I think it created the momentum in the savannah that everybody should calm down and take the thing and in a real discipline and diplomatic way than a fight down thing, and the whole thing that he was trying to put across there was a one love kind of thing, and you get the people to understand so that the master wouldn't be that violent when they start calling and counting down the results. So
you're saying that even though I sing next year that I never want to see Squeezy again in life, he's no good, he's an old thief, he like the thief foul and everything. I mean, after don't sing the CALYPSO, we could still fire one backstage, right?
Of course, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I mean, when I make the CALYPSO coming for King and I hit a jam, I didn't expect to hit him so that he could feel it. You know what I mean? I expect to hit him so that he could know what CALYPSO is like.
Right.
Not to take it in a personal way, but he come back and hit me and he talk about my braids and my gold teeth and everything like that. And I could live with that. I mean, for me, it's kicks,
In all, the people who came out that night had a good show and they were quite happy.
Definitely.
And that was good, right?
Definitely.
All right.
Squeezy on CultureShare, and we'll be back. Luther is a top social commentator in the art form from Trinidad and Tobago. We caught him performing in New York City. This is No Truth in Justice and No Justice in the Law.
And we don't have justice around this place. The judiciary is a mockery. The administrators would die in hell's fire. Oh yeah. You don't know who to trust. The social commentary is unjust, and the people looking for like a murder. Oh, and there is no truth in justice, no justice in the law. The system works for the rich, but it holds no hope for the poor. There is no truth in justice, no justice in the law. Facts doesn't really matter. Once your name ambiguous, boom, is a case of who could lie better and who have more money than who. There is no truth in justice, no justice in the law. The system works for the rich, but it holds no hope for the poor. Oh Lord, well, yeah. So it's bubble and bribery, from the judge to the jury, corruption and wickedness in high places. The commissioner and the drug pusher could be the same fella with two different faces. So you got to be careful, because there is no truth in justice, no justice in the law. The system works for the rich, but it holds no hope for the poor. There is no truth in justice, no justice in the law. The fact is that law and justice are two separate entities, so it's constant chaos and crisis with these two legal enemies. There is no truth in justice, no justice in the law. The system works for the rich, but it holds no hope for the poor. When you commit your murder, check the human rights lawyer. Whether you're guilty or not is not important to him. Once you have money, 150 grand, walk with cash in hand, and they will set you free on a technicality. Easy, easy. Just because there is no truth in justice, no justice in the law. The system works for the rich, but it holds no hope for the poor. There is no truth in justice, no justice in the law. Some policemen really frustrated because they know some guilty people. They want to have them arrested, but the law is an obstacle. There is no truth in justice, no justice justice in the law. The system works for the rich, but it holds no hope for the poor. Oh Lord. Call your mother so and so. Shut your effing mouth also. That's the language the police use when they hold a man. So you must understand, you can't lie like them. No, you can't thief like them. Some of them involved in the biggest crimes in the land. Well, and there is no truth in justice, no justice in the law. The system works for the rich, but it holds no hope for the poor. There is no truth in justice, no justice in the law. Worry King was beaten severely. Videotape shows 4-1, but then the jury set the police free and then said that justice was done. There is no truth in justice, no justice in the law. The system works for the rich, but it holds no hope for the poor. Oh Lord. No justice.
A lot of heart in that presentation. Luther, no truth in justice and no justice in the law. We'd like to say congratulations to Barbados in celebrations of their independence anniversary, and that's coming up next week. Once again, congrats, Barbados. That's a wrap this week. Join us again same time for another great show. Till then, keep that smile on your face. Last weekend, the Grenadian Calypsonians came together to have a family concert in recognition of the Calypsos of 1992. It was a flashback presentation. And at the end of the show, all of the performers came on stage to do the 1992 Road March, Flying Clouds, Raise Your Hand. That's what we leave you with this week. Later.
You hear that beat? Woo! Margaret jamming iron inside of a van. If you see she get on, behaving real bad, go party all night. She jumping all over and she having fun. She going to soca and she carry on. Whoa, we go party all night.
We go party, we go party, we go party.
Oh, we go make it song right.
We go party, we go party.
We go carry on. We go boogie down. We go felt all night, darling. We go do it right, right, right. Oh, 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 oh.
Raise your hand, raise your hand, raise your hand.
Oh, 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 oh. Wave your hand. Let's start. Raise your hand. Raise your hand.
Watch this.
Yvonne, raise your hand. Oh, 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 oh. Raise your hand.
Ole.
Raise your hand.
Hey, hey.
Oh, 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 oh.
Raise your hand in the party.
Hey,
Raise your hand in the party.
hey,
Raise your hand in
Why do I this?
Susie in a van, she jamming Ayana. Hey, if you see she get on inside of the van, she whining on down, she getting on bad.
Yeah.
She behaving crazy, she getting on mad.
Oh, we go party all night.
We go party, we go party, we go party, we go party.
Oh, we go make it song right.
Oh gosh, we go party, we go party, we go party.
We go carry on. We go boogie down. We go felt all night, darling. We go do it right, right, right. Oh, 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 oh.
Early, early, early.
Oh, 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 oh. Wave your hand. Talkie, wave your hand. Wave your hand. Squeeze it, raise your hand. Oh, 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 oh. Raise your hand. Peter, raise it. Raise it. In the party, get on crazy. Jamayan, 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 Jamayan.
Belly dum ding dum dum ding dum ding ding dum dum.
She hold on to a man and get to where she is.
Belly dum ding dum dum ding dum ding dum dum. Belly ding ding dum 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 dum.
We go party all night. Oh, we go make it. We go party. We go party.
Watch me go carry on. We go put it on. We go get on. We go do it right, right, right. Oh, oh, oh.
Raise your hand in the party. Raise your hand in the party. Oh,
wave your hand.
raise your hand. Jump up. We go party. Watch this. We go make it song. We go party. We go party.
Hey, nice of some lyrics.
Watch out. Man them a bubble, man them a wine. Girl nowadays them a rock them behind. Man them a bubble, man them a wine.